So, what are we doing this for? Wow. Can we make a nice PM? No. You see what I do there? Some questions. I think we'll have to switch it up a little bit. What I'm going to do is ask you the question for you, and you can ask me the question for me.
Good.
How you know you was in love with me? This question I hear by the way.
I know it's not then. You just want to feel nice.
Just for my own feeling specialness.
I just knew over a period of time, you know, as we continue to get to know each other more. I think it just, you know, you just eventually realize that you love somebody, that you care about them. A number of different things I think contribute to that, and eventually you just know. So I love you.
I know you love me. I wanted to know when you realized you love me.
When?
Yo.
I can't remember. That's at some point though. Yeah, good yet.
Do you remember the first time we met in person?
Yeah, I do. I remember the first time. I remember seeing you at a business place. Your account is different to mine. You were seated on the floor in a hoodie. You insist that you went in a hoodie.
I wasn't in a hoodie. I was on the ground.
I was on the ground on a laptop in a hoodie. And I came after a job and I saw you in the room and I came up to you and I was like, hi, my name is Aaron or whatever. This was yours or something like that. You looked up at me. You like, hi, Patrice. It's like, nice to meet you. And I left.
You know, I thought you were tracking me all then.
Yeah, you fix your radar, bro. Just be polite.
Really, no, I honestly thought you were tracking me. I didn't realize you're just a polite young man.
Fix your radar. As the old people say, brought up sleep.
Okay, your question.
I don't know, how do you feel about me in the first moments I met you?
I remember thinking, wait, this boy you're a forward boy, like he just come and introduce himself and okay. Just come and introduce yourself and it was real in your face kind of thing too, like, hi, my name is Aaron, what's yours? Like, who does that?
Yes, that way you say it is something like
that's how it was.
That's
you came and you said, hi, my name is Aaron, what's your name? And I said Patrice, and he's like, okay, nice to meet you. And then that was that. And I remember thinking, nobody's really like do that these days. People just say hi, how you going? And then a couple of times after that, I remember just thinking, you seem like a very soft, genuine, calming individual.
Cool car, you know.
Yeah, you're just cool. And I remember thinking, that's nice. He's a cool person. And I mean, we chatted on and off between then until what would have been the bridge? Was it the night when we?
Yeah, the night when we just met up to chat. Various experiences that were similar.
Yeah, I think we just kind of realized we were on the same wavelength in life at that point. We just started to talk and we talk and talk and talk.
The vibes after.
Didn't we start on the phone though?
Yeah.
He couldn't get enough of man. He was like, let's meet in person and talk. That's not how it went.
You gas your own self up now. You want really tell them how it went?
Yeah, hold on.
I did something called the mannequin challenge. Mannequin challenge to the world people. Are they ready for it? Action.
Oh, I forgot that.
And
yeah.
she see my video and message me direct and said I run me down now.
That is not true.
Falling.
That's not true.
Watch now, falling down the dance. I say, huh?
That is not true.
You want the bus files now?
No.
Falling down the dance and I do my mannequin challenge and a message sliding in my DMs and things.
You want nah, you talking real nonsense. So
it wasn't like that, but I probably mannequin challenge. She see it, find it was funny.
You tagged me in it. Why tag me?
I tagged a lot of different people.
Well, I got tagged and I thought I was allowed to follow on the fact that I was tagged. I didn't feel special. I just no. I felt inclined to comment on the fact that you did such a stupid video.
It was funny and it was witty and it was me.
It was, and that's why I was like, this is so silly, and that I forgot that intro. That's really how we started to talk intro, because then I realized, okay, he have a kind of silliness about him too.
Yeah, good yet.
Was there any weird observation when we first met? Anytime when we were driving somewhere very early on and the man gave you the bad drive? And this man, yeah bro, I was like, this is the first time I probably like live with him real cool during the day. And somebody gave him a bad drive and I just see Aaron like drive ahead of the guy and then just kind of stop and watch him too. And I was like, oh my god, I have too much standard and class to this. I cannot be associated with these kind of hotheads. I was like, bro.
I never do nothing wrong. I just watch him man.
You
Because when the man know you give me a band drive and I went to see where he was.
What you do? You do so.
I just watch him. I scream up his and watch him.
Yeah, I was real uncomfortable.
You get fine for that?
Anyways.
Presidential area kind of behavior. But there's one thing. I really
Something
don't
you
like.
never tell me before?
Yeah. But I probably know by now, but I probably never tell it in this context.
No.
I really don't like that note though.
Maca? You don't like oysters?
That's a rubbish car though. I still like it also. I mean, I still don't. God bless you.
But the same car that you see, all your good way.
You know what I mean? It's like a real chick car, so it fits you well now.
Yeah, question.
What is one characteristic about me that you completely adore, and why?
You talk like this all the time to me, and you teach me how to talk like this because there's something about this cute and this make me feel like a little baby again, and then I like when you say like a baby because I like how like a baby in the song.
I like that.
You know, so I like that you silly and you come up with things like this, and then I can pick up on things like this so we can have these things and as I was. Why?
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
No, I say that again.
No.
So at what point did you realize it was more than just a cool scene?
I enjoy talking to you. I find it was cool and relatable, and you know, you understood a lot of the things that I was talking about at the time. I'm a talker for the most part, but I do just like to talk. I don't like to talk nonsense alone. I like to talk sense. I like to have conversations, and I felt like you were a conversationalist as well, and I think maybe that would have been the first step to see, you know, see where this goes in terms of how well we relate. And you never know. So at what point it would have been very early on when we started to talk. So the more we spoke, the more I felt like I wanted to speak to him.
Okay.
How do you feel about me now versus how you felt about me when we first started to talk?
I think when we first started to talk, I was just more curious about you. I didn't really know what to make of you, who you were. Never really saw you around either, so couldn't really figure you out now. But now, a part of me feels like I don't know how I went so long without knowing you. Who weirder between me and you?
I don't think there's one tangibly weird thing that you do, you know. I think they like weird people. It's like there are people that would stand out as very visibly weird to me, and you'd be like, I find them real cool. And that's how I know for the most part, it's very sincere that you're real weird.
Your weird thing is that you do this all the time. You didn't do it yet, but that's weird. But weirdness and all, I love you. Frustrated and all, I love you. Annoyed and all, I love you. I think that's how you know when you could see something working in the long term, when somebody could exhibit all these things and characteristics and you still tell yourself, small thing, I could ride along with it.
It's about accepting people for who they are. And when I say that, I don't mean accepting foolishness or accepting nonsense, accepting things that are unacceptable, but accepting someone from a place of knowing that this is who they are. And the things that make them who they are don't make them bad people, but make them unique people and persons of personalities that are unique to them.
I also like that you're very wise. It's very reminiscent of daddy's wisdom. But I love to hear you give people advice and to hear you speak a lot of the times, because you speak with a gentleness and a very discerned sense of worthiness and self, and I think that translates in a way that's very inspiring to the people that you talk to.
Thank you very much. And I think one of the things that I really admire about you as well, which is something that a lot of people may not necessarily see. A lot of you guys see these blogs and see these uncovered videos and these paid videos and these bringing to the stage videos and all these videos where you see the taskmaster Patrice, where she makes sure everything is
maestro.
Yeah. But what a lot of people don't see is the you that's not. And people see you in that work format all the time, and I get to see you outside of that. And behind that person is a very soft, very loving, very caring, very considerate, very emotional, very funny, very goofy.
I really don't find it funny. I find when people laugh as you're like, I actually make a joke, okay, cool. I really think like could make people laugh just so no way. Could make people scared, but not laugh.
Big man bummy. Yeah. I love that side of you. And I'm also very happy that not everybody knows that side, so that makes it a little more special.
That's a good way to put it.
No. So what advice would you give to any couple that, you know, looking at this vlog?
I am not, like, I don't put relationships on a pedestal, and I don't think, you know, everybody has it perfect. I think we, just doing this video and all, we had a point where we just kind of break down in communication.
You go first, so maybe
I've been asking questions whole time.
Also, nothing that's not impossible, but
What's
you
that?
know it is
It's
not
just
necessarily something I like. We could pause a minute. come here to shake it off. How are you doing this?
And that happens. It's two humans at the end of the day. And I don't know, I think one important lesson that I've learned throughout this relationship and all the others that led to this is communication is key. You can't have an effective relationship with anybody, friendship, anything, if you can't communicate, or if you don't feel the freedom and the ability to communicate with them. And I think if there's anything that I would encourage people to do is to have your voice, whether in any type of relationship, or you know, just be able to speak your mind and internalize your thoughts and use wisdom. I think emotional, mental, spiritual wisdom is usually very applicable in cases like this, and I think God at the center of it all kind of helps glue it all together.
Yep.
And try to find somebody. I know you, as a teenager, you kind of grow up and you tell yourself, I can do what I want. I want my man. I have a man. Teenagers to early 20s, mid 20s, even going down to your 30s, and you don't realize that you keep missing the mark every time, because you're not self-aware and you don't know what you want for yourself, or there's certain parts of your life that need to fix and to solve personally before you delve into something with somebody else. And I think that's one of the main lessons that I've learned throughout my years of relationships. Not everybody's perfect. You'll never find the perfect person, but you have to find somebody that you can work it through with. To me, that's when you know that you were paired perfectly.
No, I like that.
You like that? You sound like you sound like a wise
Yeah,
person.
you sound wise.
You sound like a wise one. My daddy will be proud of me because my daddy's a wise man too.
Yeah, I like that. I like.
Alright.
I never really had a checklist when it came to that ideal person. I don't know why. It's about a lot of guys and a lot of girls out there that are looking for the trophy. I know that trophy thing, because you can be sweet like a button. If you can't talk, you're just as good as a Barbie, you know, in a box now. I don't really want to, you know, I was somebody that I could talk to, somebody that could hold me in a conversation, somebody that I can relate to and understand. And I think that's one of the main things for me. I felt like I always wanted somebody who had a lot of character as a person, in terms of what they believe in terms of what they see for themselves, and somebody who's strong. I always wanted somebody who's strong to know who they are and know what their worth is, and know, I guess, what they want to be and where they want to be. But I think in meeting you, I saw other things that I would have been like, you know, this is actually quite cool. This is kind of like what I need. Somebody who is behind me to be the best me that I could be. I felt like I was really driven by my standards until I met somebody with your standards where I was concerned. And as annoying as it feels sometimes, because I could be a little complacent, could be a little laid back, and could be a little comfortable, because change is never an easy thing. You being a person that never likes to sit well in comfort or complacency challenged a part of me that I've never challenged before, to get up and do things differently, and to get up and push through things and accomplish things and execute things, and I appreciate that. So that probably would have been one of the boxes that I didn't have, or one of the things that I didn't know that I would have not necessarily wanted but needed. And for that I say thank you.
Alright. I love you. You need to kiss my forehead.
Oh, bring it.
You need to kiss my eye.
You don't take all the glasses, no. Your glasses stink and dirty and I kiss you. I love you.
We have a responsibility to create, because someone's encouragement is at the end of our creation.
That's a really powerful line.